The Indiana Fever. Kelsey, Money, Mitch, put them in a ditch. Lexie Hole taking over. Gary McDonald and her farm giving me assists, giving me steals. 5 assists for Ari McDonald. Oh yeah, we're ready. We are ready. The Indiana Fever beat the Washington Mystics in the first game of the Commissioner's Cup, 85-76.
The Washington Mystics probably thought they had crushed the Indiana Fever. They pushed Sophie Cunningham around in the preseason and beat them easily on May 28th. With Caitlin Clark getting hurt, most people assumed the Fever were finished.
For both of you, just getting your first win after a 3-game losing streak, how did it feel?
I mean, I'm just proud of our group for staying with it. Obviously, we can't control injuries, we can't control any of that, but I think we had 2 really good practices this week, and to be able to come out and get a win after that, I'm just proud of us for fighting, and also just really proud of Ari for coming out and providing just some incredible minutes, 27 minutes, and she was ready. She stayed ready, and we needed every single one of those, and just really proud of the group today.
But the Mystics didn't expect this. Sometimes when you knock a team down, they come back even stronger. On June 3rd, with their star player out and everything on the line, the Fever fought back and got sweet revenge. Show your support by commenting, "I've got the Fever" below. Let's go.
Fever down. You know what's coming. Now, on to the net. Yeah, that's it. Making a win, baby. Happy day.
What really made this revenge so sweet? Last time these 2 teams played, the Washington Mystics came into CFG Bank Arena and beat the Fever 83-77. But it wasn't just the loss that hurt, it was the way they won. The Mystics acted like Indiana didn't belong on the court, playing with a cocky attitude that basically said, "We own you."
Indiana Fever lose to a young Washington Mystics team, 83-77. Look lost without Caitlin Clark.
I'll say it. Fire Stephanie White. Oh boy.
The disrespect didn't start with that game, though. Remember what the Mystics did to Sophie Cunningham in the preseason. They pushed her around like she was a nobody and treated the Fever like they were just there to be picked on. That attitude set the tone for everything that came after.
And that's Kiki Arafin, and I got to tell you, here we go with the smiling like you've done. I don't get it. This is the worst part of the WNBA. It is.
Then came the injury that changed everything. Caitlin Clark hurt her left quad on May 26th against the New York Liberty. Right away, people said the Fever were finished without her. They said she'd be out at least 2 weeks, maybe more. Things got even worse for Indiana. After Clark went down, they couldn't win a game. First, the Liberty beat them. Then, the Mystics embarrassed them on May 28th. After that, the Connecticut Sun crushed them on May 31st. 3 losses in a row, and everyone kept saying the same thing. The Fever are nothing without Caitlin Clark.
This was a absolute embarrassment. An embarrassing performance from the Indiana Fever.
The Mystics probably looked at their schedule and saw June 3rd as another easy win. Why wouldn't they? Indiana was falling apart. Their best player was out, sitting on the bench in regular clothes. The team looked lost, confused, and overmatched every time they played. But that's what made it the perfect setup for revenge. The Mystics expected an easy game. They thought they were facing the same broken team they had just beaten. Washington came in ready to dominate a team they thought was weak. What they didn't know was that the Fever had used those tough days after the losing streak to do something unexpected. They weren't falling apart. They were coming together, getting stronger, and preparing to make Washington regret every bit of disrespect they had shown. With Caitlin Clark out, someone had to step up and lead the team. That person was Kelsey Mitchell, Clark's backcourt partner over the past year and the heart of the franchise for nearly a decade. With their star players sidelined, Mitchell took on the pressure and carried the team's hopes on her shoulders.
Fever had the first 4. Washington has rattled off 8 in a row. Indiana's missed 5 straight shots. Mitchell catch and shoot and ends it with a 3.
Great screen on the baseline by Bonner. She's point guard of the future for them.
Mitchell turns the corner, gets inside and lays it in.
I'm telling you, Pat, what am I going to say about Mitchell?
Mitchell knew how important this game was. She had just seen the Mystics embarrass her team days earlier and treat them like they didn't belong. Now, with Caitlin Clark out, all eyes were on her. People expected the Fever to fall apart, but Mitchell needed to prove the team was more than just one player. From the start of the game, it was clear someone had to step up. Mitchell looked around and knew it had to be her. She'd played in the league for years, but this felt different. This was her chance to prove she could lead her team to a big win. What made the difference was her mindset. She wasn't thinking about her stats or personal success. She just wanted to get back at the team that had disrespected her and her teammates. The Mystics had built their defense to stop her, knowing she'd be the main scorer without Clark. But Mitchell had to find a way to break through anyway.
All of that comes into play, and Indiana's done a nice job feeding the post.
Mitchell off the screen, finds some space. Oh, it's a much-needed 3. McDonald trying to use that Boston screen. McDonald inside, Mitchell hangs, lays it in, and a foul! Kelsey Mitchell trying to put the finishing touches on this one.
She started by attacking the basket early and kept the offense moving. When Washington double-teamed her, she stayed calm and made smart passes to open teammates. Then her three-point shooting caught fire. She hit shot after shot from deep, forcing the Mystics to scramble and change their defense.
Kelsey Mitchell breaking out of her slump a little bit, making some big plays down the stretch. Also something that Kelsey Mitchell did late in that game, she got hit by McDonald with a pass. She moved without the ball. And Kelsey's the kind of player you can give her the ball and let her cook, clear out, but also it's going to make her tough to guard when she is able to be active without the ball in her hands. So that was a good sign, I think, for the Fever's offense and some of that motion offense that Stephanie White is trying to instill.
The veteran guard made 7 of 14 shots and hit 4 of 7 from three-point range. But the real magic came in the fourth quarter. When Washington tried to come back, Mitchell stepped up and finished a big three-point play that gave the Fever more breathing room. The Mystics had no answer for her when it mattered most. She showed that the Fever weren't just about one star. They had other scorers too. After the game, her teammate Ari McDonald said, "She did everything amazingly and with such grace." Mitchell showed what true leadership looks like under pressure.
Kelsey Money Mitch, oh yeah. Take us home, Kels. Take us home. 24 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. It feels good to be coming here to you after this game.
What made Mitchell's game even more special was that she didn't just score. She helped her teammates score too. Coach Stephanie White said the team had 21 assists on 30 made shots. Mitchell's choice to share the ball and trust her teammates made the whole team better. She helped turn the Fever into a team that could beat anyone. Sometimes, the best revenge comes from players nobody expected. While Kelsey Mitchell got most of the attention, 2 other Fever players helped finish the job and shocked the Mystics. Lexie Hull and Ari McDonald made the game even harder for Washington, doing things the Mystics never saw coming.
Lexie Hull, who continues to shine. Lexie Hull has just been terrific this season. She is shooting the ball at an unbelievable clip. Talk about drawing fouls, talk about energy, talk about plus minus not being a deceiving stat. That is the case with Lexie Hull. Plus 19 in this game, and it feels completely accurate, right? I mean, she's shooting 57% from 3 on the season going in, 52% from the field. I believe that's going in as well, but regardless, you get the point. Shooting the ball well.
Let's start with Lexie Hull. She showed her usual energy, but in the first half, she didn't score any points and was almost invisible on offense. The Mystics probably thought they had her figured out. At halftime, she sat on the bench knowing her team needed more from her. But Hull stayed ready, kept working hard, and waited for the right moment to make a difference.
Lexie Hull, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Lexie Hull taking it off the dribble, reverse layup. Lexie Hull, what got into you today, Lexie? What got into you in that third quarter? Holy smokes. Lexie Hull. Dude, Lexie Hull taking Sonia Citron off the dribble. Yeah, she's like that. Lexie Hull, reverse layup. Okay, Lexie, go on with your bad self.
But that's when things changed. Hull came out strong in the second half. In the third quarter alone, she made 5 of 6 shots. All 14 of her points were after halftime. She also grabbed 6 rebounds and made 4 assists. Hull became the player the Fever really needed. Now, here's the crazy part about Ari McDonald. The Fever signed her just days before the game on an emergency contract. Think about the pressure. Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Sydney Coulson were all hurt. McDonald had to fly to Indianapolis, watch game film on the plane, learn the plays with the coaches, and then jump right into the biggest revenge game of the season.
Dealing with a bit of a personnel problem when Clark goes down, and then Coulson goes down, and then obviously Cunningham goes down to the point where even without Clark, they didn't really have much of a capable backup, and then the backup goes down. By the way, shout out to Sydney Coulson, who actually played well in this game, really banged up, taking it on the chin for the Fever. That's another thing that McDonald did well also, is put her body on the line. You know, she doesn't have a guaranteed spot, so you got to give her respect for that.
The risk was huge. You don't put a new player in a big game like this. McDonald had played for Atlanta and Los Angeles before, but she had never played for the Fever. She had to learn how her new teammates played while also trying to stop the Mystics, the same team that just embarrassed Indiana. McDonald did a great job. She played 27 minutes, scored 7 points, and had 5 assists. The best part? In her first 8 minutes, she caused the Mystics to get 3 offensive fouls. McDonald played tough defense and made it hard for Washington to do anything.
Let's not leave out Ari McDonald. 2 for 7, 1 for 5 from 3. Maybe not shoot threes, but Ari McDonald, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. Welcome to Indiana, Ari. Welcome to 3 steals. One of them was a steal and score. Folks, you know what they say, first impressions mean everything. And Ari McDonald, first impression, I'm calling up Ronald right now. I'm calling up Ronald McDonald right now. I need a mixed steals meal. I need a mixed assist meal. I need a mixed hustle meal. Ari McDonald, oh, it feels good having a point guard that can dribble and not turn it over and get flustered when they see pressure. Oh, it feels good. It feels good.
Hall said after the game, "We needed her out there. She was huge on defense and drawing offensive fouls. I'm so proud of her and happy she's on our team." Mitchell called McDonald the perfect professional for learning the plays so fast and helping both on offense and defense. The Mystics didn't know how to stop either player. They expected the same weak team from May 28th, but instead, they saw Hall scoring easily and McDonald causing trouble on defense. Coach Stephanie Whites said McDonald's game was exactly what the team needed. What if losing Caitlin Clark for a short time was actually the best thing for the team? This win showed more than just revenge. The Fever learned they could trust each other and didn't have to rely on just one star player. Every player on the court now knows they belong in big moments.
Give credit to the players. We won because of the players. We won because of Ari, because of Lexie, because of Kelsey, because of Dantis, because of AB. We won because of them. They played a solid game. This is how we should be beating teams. Even without Caitlin Clark, folks. even without Caitlin Clark. And hopefully, right here we go. Now that Aerie McDonald is here, who would have thought we would be saying this early in the season? Hopefully, now that Aerie McDonald is here, somebody to take pressure off Kelsey Mitchell. Is that what we needed, Kelsey? Is that all you needed? You just needed a point guard? Say no more. Point guard that can dribble and push it? Say no more.
Coach Stephanie Whites saw exactly what she wanted. The team had 21 assists on 30 made shots. That's how we want to play. That's how we have to play to win, White said after the game. The ball moved smoothly around the court. Players made smart passes instead of rushing to shoot. This created better chances for everyone. Kelsey Mitchell showed her leadership during this time. She didn't just score 23 points. She guided the team on offense and made sure everyone stayed involved. Mitchell proved she could be the experienced leader this young team really needed. She showed she belonged in that role when the pressure was highest.
Our ability to drive and get angles and be able to find and touch the paint with 2 feet and either, score, endure, get these threes that you're talking about, it kind of just serves to everyone kind of getting a rhythm and everybody finding a way to kind of be impacted through the game. And I think the more that we do touch the paint, the more that we do get drives and play inside out through AB and Didi and them like that, I think it's just kind of, you're going to see more open up for us. And so I just think we got to give ourselves some grace, but stay patient.
Lexie Hull found something even more important. She discovered she could perform in the clutch. All 14 of her points came when the game mattered most. Hull learned she can take control during key moments and change the whole game. That confidence won't go away when Clark returns.
A big focus for us is 0.5 basketball. Get the ball, do something with it. Either drive, pass, shoot, and just trying to make those right reads and make them quick. And I think that helps just when our spacing's good, those reads are way easier. And I think that's really what it comes down to. I think our team just played really well together, and we got to spots and we made the extra pass. And we shot, I don't remember what they said, but a lot of our points were off of assists. And that's all we can really ask for a team. So just really, again, I'm just so happy with the outcome of the game and how everyone felt out there. It was fun.
Then there's Aerie McDonald, who solved one of the Fever's biggest problems this season. They needed more help at point guard, especially since Sydney Coulson wasn't playing as well as expected. McDonald signed her emergency contract and showed right away she belonged. She scored 7 points, had 5 assists, and made 3 steals that disrupted Washington's offense. Coach White said her strong defense was exactly what the team needed. McDonald learning the plays so fast shows the Fever can add new players and make it work right away. Having this kind of depth will be even more powerful when Clark comes back.
Unbelievable job of coming in yesterday and really knowing the plays. Kind of like we somebody said in the locker room, we feel like you knew the plays more than us, or she just kind of was on it. And I think it just goes to serve to show what pros are and how they're supposed to operate. And she did everything amazingly and with such grace. And I think for us, we could use what she brings to the table offensively and defensively. She can guard the ball. She can get us all positioned to get shots. And I think more importantly, she's fun to play with. So I think we get a collective great guard all the way around.
Here's why this is exciting for 2025. Every player now knows they can step up when needed. Mitchell knows she can lead. Hull knows she can take over games. McDonald knows she can run the offense and play strong defense. The role players have become real threats. Now, imagine what will happen when Clark comes back. The Fever won't be a one-player team anymore. They'll have many players who can score and make a difference every game. Opponents won't just focus on stopping Clark. They'll have to worry about Aaliyah Boston, Mitchell, Hull, and a strong bench too. This team learned how to win together, and now they're about to get their superstar back. That mix could create something really special in Indianapolis.
We did a good job of trying to kind of stay in it, because when people score on you, you don't know how to stop it at times. And I think that we just stayed really, really resilient, because it could have went the opposite way. We would have had another conversation, but I think we did a good job of staying grounded when they did make that run. And I believe that our team trusts one another in order to make and get stopped. So it's a collective effort.
This 85-76 win changed everything for the Fever's championship hopes. They showed they're not just Caitlin Clark and a few others. They're a real team that can win when it counts. Mitchell showed she can lead. Hull proved she can take over games. McDonald showed she belongs on the team. The Fever play again this week without Clark. Watch how this team keeps getting better. Every game teaches them they can compete with anyone. The Washington Mystics learned something important that night. Bullies don't always win. Sometimes, the team they picked on gets revenge. Show your support by commenting, "I've got the Fever" below. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you next time.